are, how far away they are, how fast they're traveling, how far apart they are from each other. Pioneer Space Probe determined all those things, and they've been watching it to what's important, that's mathematics. They use mathematics to determine how big these objects are, how far away they are, how fast they're traveling, how far apart they are from each other. Pioneer Space Probe determined all those things.
It's just like a
and they've been watching it to what's really important, that's mathematics. They use mathematics to...
It's only 18 seconds. I'll let it loop around one more time. Colonel John Moore. It's hard to find his stuff anymore, but he wrote a book on, Nibiru, and, he's a retired colonel, and he knows what's up, and so doesn't the government. And, of course, he's hard to find. He's not impossible to find, but videos are out there, and he's been warning, those who are listening for decades as well, and how to prepare and speaks on, the catastrophic events. But the thing is with him, and I say this respectfully, is he leaves the supernatural part out, just like the rest of them. So when he says, do you think your government will lie to you? Well, he's not exactly telling you the 100 either, but he's giving you a good chunk. You got to figure out the rest yourself, that it is a supernatural event. They call it weather. There's holes in the sun. They don't want you to know that you're actually in the sun and that the Orion shield is breached right now, because it is. And the magnet is black. That was the black pyramid I was being shown, showing that the shield is down. So that means the magnetic field is down. So hang on, because these winds we're having here, I don't know where else they are, but here in the Northeast, they are rocking the houses. We've had a couple weeks ago, we had wind like that as well. And that's because his Orion shield is breached. That's what's around us. Leviathan skin, it's all biological. And that's all I wanted to share. I guess it was only 18 seconds long, but Colonel John Moore, again, he says a lot, but he leaves things out as well. But for those who really research, you'll find the answers. It is a supernatural battle of heaven and earth, not planets. Something huge was moving through our sky today. Huge. It shook, it rocked us a bit. There's no way we didn't have an earthquake here in New England. There's no way. The winds were they're spiritual. You can hear it, and you can. People are revealing who they are. And they are. People are revealing who they are. People are showing who they are. Know that. Use discernment. Nothing is going, there's just more and more is coming out. More and more is being revealed due to Orion shield being breached, due to the battles, due to what Colonel John Moore is talking about, due to the changes in our realm of existence with the water, the salinity, which changes the weather, and then we know that they feed it too, and, but the reality is it is supernatural. They actually have the biggest paranormal technology. That's what that is. All that radar, that's all paranormal technology to monitor what is coming through. That's why they needed Lucifer's telescope. There's another one too. What is it? What the heck is it? We have clearly CERN as part of a...
There are currently... What's really important, that's mathematics.
It's CERN as part of the scepter. Okay? And it is. And they can't see without it. And they can't. And they need that. So... this, I appreciate what he's doing, John Moore, but he's still not saying everything. Well, maybe he does, and I haven't read his book, but in his video, he covers a lot. He does cover a lot. If you can find his full video, because They don't circulate that anymore. Just like James Gilliland. Unless you go over to his channel, As You Wish Radio, you can't find some of his old stuff that really explains like what is happening right now. And then you have like Ashiana Deneen. And I came across somebody else as well recently. I can't think of her name at the moment. I apologize. But she was talking about something about Ashiana switching over to Hebrews and information before she did that. So there's just so much other information that's connected to what we're experiencing right now. And it is supernatural. It is paranormal. For you are from the spirit world, and there you shall return. So we are dealing with the spirit world. These deities are returning. So much so they carved it in rock, they painted it in stone, petroglyphs, hieroglyphs, whatever you want to call them, to show us we're coming back and they're here. So I've just been researching and learning more and guided to certain things that I find interesting with actually it was Mudfossil University, I believe it was talking about Artemis and Hercules with Zeus and Saturn basically, and I'm actually hearing Helios as well, in this battle that's happening, and that's why we're seeing the arrow cross the sky. Because that's actually Hercules. Or it could be Artemis, too. There's many out there. So, anyway, back to the radar that's here. And, everybody that's like, oh, it's HAARP. Yes, they are activating all of that because they are trying to see the unseen world, for they cannot. And they are monitoring with the Schumann resonance, with all these charts, that's available now. That's why that they're available, because they can't see. They know it's coming, but they can't see. Where me and you, we see. We don't need all that. That's like bonus round for people like me and you. To be able to, that's all paranormal investigative equipment that one would use even on a regular paranormal investigation, except it's clearly on a grander scale. So, in that radar, they found back in I think it was the 30s or 40s, they found that it affected these interstellar ships. Because remember when UFOs didn't exist? Oh, by the way, they do, clearly. And oh yeah, now we're dealing with Stargates. So what I'm saying is for real. I don't ever mislead anybody ever on my channel. It's for real. It's on the up and up. So HAARP is a fallen angelic technology. Who's a fallen angelic technology? The Luciferian line, right? Some of the Anunnaki line, some of the Draconian line. That would be a Luciferian. It's not just one being, So they're measuring because they can't see. Well, we are gifted to see. It's pretty beautiful, I think. So, and Colonel John Moore speaks on all of this. But again, it's amazing how they still don't mention the supernatural and how it really is the spirit world that we're talking about into the physical. For again, we came from the spirit world and we shall return to the spirit world. Do I think the flare is imminent? The solar flare? Of course. Of course it is. It's all happening. Now. The sun that we're staring at, I truly believe we're in it. That would be Orion's shield. That would be the dragon scales, the dragon skin that supposedly, protects her, but it actually trapped Gaia. Or a part of Tiamat, and it's ripped open now. And I've been filming for years. Many have too. We've been filming them ripping into our world through the fascia, through the tissue, because that's what's really around us. It's biological, not just what we're standing on and staring at. It's all around us, the biological. So that's why they're measuring with Lucifer's telescope. And I really can't remember. I don't know if it's in Greenland. There's another one too. And then what I was shown, more than shown, what I experienced in my third eye with the magnetic force in the field it's down, which a few years ago I was getting a lot of messages about Orion shield was breached through the Florida Keys. Keys were key. The Queen Dragon was captured, and then I was getting that a connection to this black pyramid, which basically is a magnet, but it was black, shiny, and it's like considered a rock. And I, ironically, no coincidence, came across someone who was speaking on that. That is no coincidence, because that's no coincidence. No. Speaking everything. I don't know this person. They don't know me. There's no way. That is the divine, and that and I feel only so many of us know this at this time. Not everyone soon will, but some of us are really like, for whatever divine reason, we're connected to it and feeling it. And I showed the sketch on my channel, and I knew more was going to be revealed, and it has been. That it's a magnet, it's a pyramid, but it's a magnet, and the shield is down. So, and they speak on that through FEMA and other, ABC alphabet agencies about the METALS in our food and why it's important to cleanse, because once that goes down, it's c'est la vie for me anyway, because I have titanium. I'm good with God. If whatever's going to be, it's going to be. I can't undo that. It is what it is. I'm lucky to be alive. But it's in our blood, because they do document, and believe me, they do. The Anunnaki has everyone's DNA codes. And the Schumann is hitting the strands of the DNA and the RNA, which is a musical note, because we're a musical note. And I've been channeling this for a long time about where the musical note and the way these solar flares are coming in. That's why you're waking up, because you're the musical instrument of the divine. You're part of the heavenly orchestra. We all are. So, and you're feeling this, or else you wouldn't be listening to what I'm saying. So back to Colonel John Moore. Appreciate him, but half-truths avail us nothing. For he does leave a lot out, but there's a lot of information he does share. And he's been preparing for this his whole adult life once he knew about Nibiru. Nibiru is very real, and it's already here. It's behind our fake sun, and it's wreaking havoc, and it is. There's huge ships in the sky. I was filming them all day. There's no denying they're what you call ships, but they're the heavenly chariots. They're the chariots. They're here. So, thanks for being here. Have a great night, everybody. Peace be with you. 8:08 on the clock.